So, is it possible to retire investing $1,000 per month for 10 years? That's what we'll discuss in today's video, because it's common to see some simulations here on YouTube or TikTok or other social medias that usually will not take into consideration one thing that is really important when we are talking about retirement, which is inflation, especially now that inflation is not 1-2% a year like we are used to. So let's run some calculations and get to the answer here. First, a brief explanation of what inflation is. So first, what is inflation? Inflation is the general increase on costs for products and services. That's basically it. For example, if we take into consideration 15 years ago, 2009, if you had $100 there, how much money you would need in today's world in 2024 to buy the same amount of products and services? So you would need $140. So that's 40% increase in the price of everything. All of that to say that we had a 40% increase in the last 15 years, which is an average inflation of 2.3% every year. So we have the inflation side covered now. Now we need to look at the other side with the investment. So what's the average return for the past 15 years, for example, here with the index fund here in Canada? If you take the average returns for the past 15 years on the TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange, it would be around 8.99% a year. So to be exact, this would leave a real return 8.92%. That's the average return for the stock market here in Canada for the past 15 years, minus the inflation rate that we just talked about. It's about 2.3% a year. This would leave us with a real return, discounting the inflation already, of 6.6%. So now that we have that information, we can plug all the numbers into a compound interest calculator. It's not perfect, but it will do for now. Assuming a $0 initial investment here, we're saying $1,000 per month with an interest rate of 6.63% that we just calculated. That's already discounting the inflation, so it's a real interest rate. I'll put quarterly compounded here, 10 years to grow. Years, calculate, it will leave us with close to $170,000. And we know that will not be enough to retire, really. This portfolio will give a monthly interest of about $1,000 every month, so that's not nearly enough to survive. In my opinion, I think everyone will need at least on the minimum $1 million to retire, counting that you don't have a mortgage. So your house or apartment is already paid off. So with $1 million portfolio plus some retirement, regular retirement that you get from government, for example, it may be enough. I still think it will be tight, but it's the minimum. So let's do the calculation here to see how long it will take to get to 1 million at this pace of $1,000 per month with the real interest rate. I already did the calculation. If we put 28 here, it will be close. And when we turn that into 29 years, it will be over $1 million. So if you want to retire early, I don't want to wait 29 years to do that. Well, there's just two things that you'll have to check. One, you can start saving more every month. So if you go to $2,000, this will go over 2 million here. So maybe it will be a good guess. 21, yeah, about 21 years to cross the $1 million mark. If you put 2,500, then this may go to 18 years. Yeah, 18 years here. So, or if you want to optimize your investment portfolio and get maybe an extra percentage or two per year on average, that will accelerate your result. So just an example, let's put here 8%. This would go for 1,030,000 to 1,192,000. So it would basically buy maybe 2 years. 1 year. Yeah. So this video here, it can be scary because for most families, $1,000 will be a large amount to save every single month. Sometimes you're living paycheck to paycheck and you can't save even $200. So to see that $1,000 for 10 years will not do a lot, it may be a wake-up call. But and here in the channel, I have different videos about how to budget, how to pay off debt, emergency fund, and other aspects of your financial plan that it may be helpful for you. And I'll bring more videos as well on how to invest and create your portfolio, so maybe you can gain a few percentages every year. But overall, there's no mystery. At the end of the day, it's the amount you have right now invested plus how much you can save every single month and the interest rate you're getting, the returns you're getting from your investments. So that's it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.